So in this video, I'm going to talk about the portal documents. The portal documents are a mess sometimes. And it's, okay, so I'm going to start here. When you look at this document here, you can say, man, that looks great. Well, if you want your documents to look that great, there's a few things you can and cannot do. The way he made this one look great is by doing this, and you're going to have to, what's that called? Pause your screen to catch this. This is the help file. And so when you go look at the help file, you're like, well, that looks nice. But in the documentation or in the wiki, it tells you you can copy and paste from Word into the patient portal document area. Don't do it. Because this is what it looks like when you do that. So I'm going to close this one. And I'm going to open up this one right here. Okay, as you can see, whoops, that's not the one I wanted. Consent for treatment. Nope. I wanted the client rights. There it is. And as you can see, they copy and pasted a Word document into the, what's this thing called again? CK editor is what it's called. And it looks great here in the CK editor. Kind of. I mean, it looks like you want it to, or you think it's going to look in the portal. Well, guess what? It's not going to look like that in the portal at all. At all. So, by the way, if you were to go here and then click on source, you can see the source code. If you know anything about writing HTML and documentation, you can see all of that. And I'll talk about this in another video maybe, if I get some requests for it. But when I go back to this, hey, I got a nice looking document. Well, when you go look at it in the portal, and let's switch it back over to the portal, and go look at that same document, client rights and responsibilities doc. Well, it looks like this. Looks nothing like what you thought it was going to look like when you were on the portal, or on the provider side. Okay, but I redid this document manually, not a copy and paste, but I restructured it. Here we go. Now this is what it looks like. So, how did I get it to look like this? When you copied and paste, it looked fine on the other side, but it looked like this. Okay, so what I did was that I followed the leader, because when you go to the, if I get out of this, let me close this all together. Dismiss form. And you get the help form, it's like, well, that looks nice. Well, I followed the leader and did what he did. And if I go back to the, oops, wrong, I'll get there in a second. Okay, so I go back here and open the help file, and when you look at the source code, you can see that he used something called DL tags and DT tags. There are some paragraph tags in here, but those are inserted by the CK editor. And the problem with the CK editor is that it inserts stuff for you. So it remakes what you do, and that's what makes it so difficult, because you can't always decide or figure out what is it going to do with these tags, because it's trying to protect you is really what it's trying to do, and think for you. So I noticed that he was using the DT and DL tags, and so I did the same thing. When I went back in and just took the content of this file here, so this is what it looks like on my side. Now that looks decent here, as well as when you go and look at it in the portal, it looks about the same. But if you notice, the spacing is different on the two. So it adds spaces where you don't really want spaces, but it's there and you just have to deal with it. But it still looks decent, okay? That's the thing about it. It still looks decent. So if I go back over here and pull this up, all right, you can see where if I click on source, I kind of did the same thing. I took his lead and I put in DL tags, DT tags. Your DT tags are going to give you a, go look it up. Okay, your DT tags are what's going to make it like paragraph and going to make it go to the next, what's the thing called? Next line. Okay, but if you don't want it to go to the next line, then you're going to use the DD tags, okay? And your DD tags are what's going to wrap your paragraphs that you're on. So those are the kind of tags you're going to need. And I painstakingly got through this document. Now, if you notice down here at the bottom, I have a DL closing tag here, and then I started out with a paragraph tag. And what I did is that I took out the formatting from the CK editor and just put in a plain paragraph tag, and then I put in a break tag here. Then that puts my signatures on the next line, because the CK editor is going to wrap everything in paragraph tags. So even the placeholders you put in are going to get wrapped in a paragraph tag. It just wraps everything in a paragraph tag, like it has nothing else to do in this world but just wrap everything with a paragraph tag. Anyway, so in order to get the signatures and stuff to come out right, I just broke the paragraph tag, put a break in here, putting an ending paragraph tag, and then that way I get it where kind of the way I want it. But if I wanted these closer together, then I would take this and put another break tag here, and then take out this paragraph tag here. Now that's going to put this closer together. I'm going to go ahead and, oh, if I go ahead and do this, now you can see that there's no spacing here, but I know that the CK editor is going to put space in there when I go and look at it in the patient portal. So I'm going to go ahead and save this, and now go back to the patient portal, and let's see, I'm going to dismiss this document. Now, as you can see, there's a bunch of space here. I'm going to dismiss this. Oh, I forgot to send it to the portal. That's the one thing you're doing when you're creating these things, is that whenever you make changes, you always have to send it to the portal, because you can make changes and it not be seen by the patient until you get ready for it to go to the portal. So you always have to put a checkbox there and then click send to portal. All right, now it's been sent to the portal. I can go ahead and bring it. If you notice, well, you don't know that. Anyway, so I'm going to go here and I'm going to bring this up. And now, as you can see, my signatures are closer together than they were before. They weren't spaced out so far. So then I have the signature for here and the signature for, and these are, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, that's for the dates. Probably should put a placeholder out beside it saying date, because just looking at that, you can't tell it's for date. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Hopefully you can get something useful out of this and know how to handle your patient portal documents so that you can make them look more presentable, is what the words I want to use. Thanks for watching.